Now, the month of March is very important to a lot of charities who kick off their appeals for a spring month. You'll notice I'm wearing the daffodil. The daffodil belongs to Marie Curie Trust, as I'm sure you'll recognise, and they're having their daffodil appeal right the way through the month of March. Here to tell us more about it is Anne-Marie Wynne. You're the fundraising coordinator for Marie Curie. Thank you so much for joining us. So March is a good month for you, very busy month for Marie Curie then?
It certainly is a busy month, yes, and this year we're encouraging everybody to paint the town yellow, either by donating their time to exchange donations for daffodils or just by simply wearing your daffodil to show your support for Marie Curie Cancer Care.
Do you know that the plus this year is the fact that the daffodils, the real daffodils, are so late this year anyway. We haven't seen them so far, have we?
That's right.
So we're waiting for them, so this is a real way to kind of brighten up our lives a little bit.
Absolutely.
How important is the money that Marie Curie raised during this month? I guess it's one of the biggest events that you'll have through the year,
That's
isn't
right. The Daffodil Appeal is our flagship appeal, and we raise so much money from there. We're looking to raise about £5 million nationally for our nursing service. And what it means is that we can provide more nursing to terminally ill people. Now, our nurses go into people's homes, looking after them at the very, very end of their lives. So we ask people to give an hour, and that might help somebody in their final hour when they really, really need the care, when their relatives and carers aren't able to cope with them anymore. And our nurses will go in there, they'll help the family, they'll care for them. The nurses will look after the patients, support the family emotionally, and that makes a huge difference to the end of somebody's life.
And also for people in workplaces, you want as many people to get one of these boxes, don't you, as well?
That's right, yeah, as well as our supermarket and street collections. We've got our daffodil boxes, which can go to businesses, workplaces, schools, shops, you name it, we can get a box out there. And again, it just gives people the opportunity to make a donation to the nursing service and to wear their daffodil.
Absolutely, and it's lovely actually. It's such a bright symbol. I mean, often when we were speaking before the programme, often, and I guess it's not so much the case now, but 10 or 15 years ago, if you said the word cancer, it was in very hushed tones, wasn't
Yes.
it? It was something that was kind of hidden and something you might almost be ashamed of. Well, someone's got cancer, so it was kind of doom-laden as a statement, wasn't it? And actually, it isn't so much now, is it? We've made huge leaps in terms of cancer treatments, haven't we?
That's right, yeah. There's an awful lot of research gone into cancer, the treatments for it. A lot of people are recovering now. Not so many people die from cancer anymore. But the daffodil is really a symbol of hope. It comes out in the springtime, it brightens up, like you say, people's lives. And that's why we chose the daffodil as our emblem for Marie Curie Cancer Care. It brightens up people's lives, makes them feel like there is some hope there.
Absolutely, and Marie Curie work right the way throughout the country, don't they? And that's really from stage one. So from someone's diagnosis, they can call upon the services of Marie Curie, can't they? Yeah,
our hospices across the country do have daycare services for people who are living with cancer, and there may be art therapy available there, other alternative therapies, massage, that kind of thing for people living with cancer, just to make their lives a little bit more easy. And the support groups happen there as well, so you can talk to people, the people who understand other people who are going through similar things. And then we have our community nursing service, which goes out and cares for terminally ill people. So when the hospitals can't help them anymore, when there's no more treatment available for them, then our nurses go out and they care for them to make the end of their life the very best that it can be.
Now, of course, the Daffodil Appeal takes you all the way through the month of March, but that's just one of a huge programme of events that you've got going through.
It'd be brilliant if we just worked in March, but no, our fundraising goes on throughout the year. So we have an amazing events programme, and we've got some new walks this year called Walk 10, and that's a 10-kilometre walk through local parks, a twilight walk to celebrate our nursing, which generally happens, the nurses going around about 10 o'clock in the evening, so that's when our walks are going to finish. We'll have a celebration of our nursing. We've also got the Great Run series, where we've got places available in the Great Manchester Run, the Great North Run, the Great South Run. The one that
closes off the whole city, and it's a really colourful event in
That's
Manchester,
right, yeah.
isn't it?
We have our cheerers out there, you know, supporting you along the way. We'll help you with your fundraising, get your full daffodil kit, daffodil running vest and all that.
Are there still places for this year's? Because I know it gets booked up very quickly because so many people want to help, obviously.
Well, the actual race is closed, but Marie Curie Cancer Care does still have some charity places available. So
Okay.
if people want to give us a call, visit the website mariecurie.org.uk or give us a call on 0845 601 7103. Then we can help them to get a place and support them with their fundraising as well.
Fantastic, and of course that would be the first destination as well if you want to help out, if your workplace or your business can help by getting one of these collecting boxes with the wonderful daffodils in there that people can pick up. It really is a great way of supporting this particular charity, and a really simple way of supporting the charity as well, isn't it? Really,
it really is. Yeah, it doesn't take much to put a box on your desk, or if you're feeling a bit dangerous, you can walk around the office and say donate to the Daffodil Appeal. Some people like to have a daft hat day perhaps, or a dress yellow day, and that's another way that people use the daffodils to raise money in their workplace.
How many people, let's take, I mean, we come to you live from our studios here in Manchester, and let's take, say, the Greater Manchester region as an example. How many people have you got actively working in the community? Because you're a small but significant charity when it comes to cancer care, aren't you?
That's right, yeah. And across the Greater Manchester area, there's only 4 members of staff in fundraising, so we engage hundreds and hundreds of volunteers, especially around about this time of year. We've probably got about 800 people helping us out, standing in supermarkets, working on the street collections. They'll be taking daffodil boxes out to businesses, and without them we really couldn't raise the money. I mean, money is in people's pockets, but without our volunteers out there in the supermarkets, it will remain in people's pockets and not provide the nursing care that we're famous for.
We have heard of some sectors of the charity sector suffering in the last year or so because of the credit crunch. People have less money, certainly more cautious with their money. Do you find that people still continue to give to cancer charities at the same rate because of the huge impact that it has? It's like a ripple effect, isn't it, with cancer, really?
That's right.
It starts from the person who's diagnosed, but actually has quite an onward effect on people. Absolutely. In a positive way as well.
In a positive way as well. And everybody unfortunately knows somebody who's lived with cancer or who's died from cancer, and in that way the public are very, very supportive of our charity. I think people see that we are struggling and the economy's turned down and all that kind of thing, and so they still want our nurses to be out there, so they really are kind of digging deep and supporting us where we can. So we're seeing a lot of public support for us.
So what's the target this year? Do you have a specific target in mind, or is it just as much as you can amass? Every penny counts?
As much as we can amass is absolutely always our target, but we're hoping to bring in from the Great Daffodil Appeal around about £5 million.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's a huge amount of money, actually. It really does kind of make the difference, doesn't it? Again, tell us how people can get in touch with the charity if they want to volunteer as well, because you have some, you do have some shops on the some charity shops on the high street as well.
That's right, yeah.
That people can get involved with. So there's many different ways people can get involved.
There's loads of different ways that people can help out. I mean, you can hold your own little fundraising event if you want to. You can help with the Great Daffodil Appeal. You can volunteer your time. You can work in the shops, and there's all sorts of things that people can do. But if they visit the website www.mariecurie.org.uk, all the volunteering opportunities are available there, or they can ring the hotline on 0845 601 7103.
Superb. Anne-Marie, thank you so much for your time this morning. I know it's short but sweet, but I know a lot of people will get in touch and get one of these boxes in their workplace as well. And if you happen to see one of the boxes around and about on your high street, or you see the collectors in the supermarkets, you know exactly what they're collecting for, and they'll be doing that throughout the whole month. So please help if you can. If you miss those website addresses or the telephone numbers, I'm going to have all the details on our own website, which of course is shine-tv.co.uk.